Do you imagine accidentally being an electrician instead of a framer? I like to call it rainbow rib because it's kind of gay. Fired! He's not tied off on the roof. That's it. On our way, headed out to one of the sites, take a look at how it's going, make sure everybody's being safe. We had a couple little quality control issues recently, so I want to take a peek at that, make sure everyone's being safe, tied off. We have the policy, of course, if they're not tied off when they're working on a roof over the limit in height, then that's it. They sign that in their employment agreement, but everyone's pretty good with that, so. What up, Josh?
Hey, hey.
Hey, what? Hey, Jonah. Good. Haven't seen you in a while. Were you getting bored or what?
Yeah.
That's good. Good to get back to work.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's tied off, so we didn't have to fire anybody, so that's good, eh, Jonah?
Yep.
Do these rib runners or whatever they're called work okay?
They're okay. You've got to lay out both sides.
Oh, they aren't actually square?
The T doesn't meet like you'd hope.
Oh,
like
really?
On the rib. You just lay out both sides. I mean, it's a good line that's always
Funny.
about the right distance. They're
Yeah.
better.
Better than just
Better than
marking.
the T-square, yeah. A little bit of a step.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's not, you can't line it up square at all, really. I guess if you came from this way, it's a little better.
Yeah.
Which is the way you do it, right? From the underlapping side, yeah. The only downside to this is when people put it in the wrong spot and whack it. Whereas if you're just doing pencil marks, you don't have to worry about that. Like usually I would just mark pencil marks on either side, or actually one here and one in the middle. Yeah. Then if it's out, you can really see if it's out if one guy marks wrong.
Right.
And then you just mark those and then drill your whole stack at once. Was this roof leaking for them at all, or was it?
It wasn't causing them any leaks.
They just wanted to make sure it's good,
Yeah.
mostly?
Around the chimney and stuff from all the different hold downs over the years, it was all torn up.
Oh, okay.
Is why we're changing like 3 sheets there.
Yeah.
And then this transition one into the clear sheets had some big monster holes in it.
Oh, really?
So figured you might want to change those ones out too.
Nice. Yeah, you can see this polycarb turns yellow. A lot of the time, like that'll just happen over time. We're putting clear on here again, so probably over, the next 10 years, it's going to start to turn yellow. They have got a bit better with it. A lot of the times we'll recommend the smoked polycarb just because it doesn't turn yellow, or you can't see that it turns yellow because it's smoked, like it's tinted. This stuff they wanted the clear, so that's fine. It'll still look good for a long time, but eventually it'll turn yellow again, but that's cheap to replace if a person ever had to just swap the polycarb out. Because it ain't the toughest stuff in the world anyway, so you'd end up having to replace it either way. If you double screw the clear stuff too, then it'll take most of the expansion in the ribs. And you know what I mean? It'll still do a little bit in between, but it'll help with that because it won't be able to pop up as much. It'll still do it, but it'll keep it. Yeah. This stuff won't absorb the heat like that smoked will either, quite as bad. But it's still, I mean, it's going to get plus 40 out. It's going to expand. There's no two ways around that. This metal, you can see, it's called Tough Rib, this profile, or a PR936, I think is the other name for it. But if you take a look at the end, if you can see what it looks like, it basically has a 3/4 inch rib height, and you can see it's got that extra little rib on there. And then this side, if you're ever installing your own metal roofing or metal cladding on the walls, this is the side that goes over. This is the overlapping side. And this, you'll see, has a little flange. These vary. I've seen ones this wide. I've seen ones that almost are not there. But this is your under lap side. So you're going to lap, your other piece of metal is going to lap over top of this with this side of the rib. So you want to make sure that you're putting this on your overlap. I've seen a lot of people do it backwards because they think this is going to stop more water from getting in. But actually it's designed this way and it'll sit a lot nicer this way. And you can see there's a little dent on this Tough Rib style in the top, and that's designed to be underneath, and so that when you overlap it, it seals down good. You can actually come look at it here at the eave. Great, here you can see how it should look. See how that overlaps nice and snug right there? That's how you want it to look. This roof, it was done really well to start with, which is good, except for the overlaps. were all done backwards. So you can see they're the wrong way. And then someone was like, oh, that doesn't sit very nice. So then they tried to screw that down. So that was done backwards. But other than that, they screwed in the flats, which is good. You always want to screw in the flats, not on the ribs. The ribs are what take up the expansion and the contraction of the metal. So that's why you screw in the flats. And if you screw on the ribs, you're gonna get leaks sooner, you're gonna get loose screws sooner. So you always wanna screw on the flat, and then you wanna overlap your metal opposite of what they've done here. So you can see we've done that with the new metal that we've put on over here. You can see here, we've done it correctly. So the original person that installed this metal, it could have been a homeowner, could have been whatever, did it the other way. And unfortunately, they actually put solar over top of it that way, and the solar contractors, a lot of the time, they don't know how it's supposed to look. So before you put solar on your roof, one thing you want to do is call us or another roofer, have us come out, take a look at your roof, and make sure. We're actually doing one of those today. We're going out to a guy's place, looking at it, making sure that the roof's in good condition, so when he does his solar, he's not covering up something that's wrong. So it would have been nice before they put the solar on there to switch all those and do it the other way, but since they did the solar already, it's not the end of the world. It just would have made it a little nicer. Right there, you're good. Fired! He's not tied off on the roof. That's it. Take him out at the knees. These nails are all in the top of these little tiny, this is like this low rib, egg rib, whatever, rainbow rib. There's so many names for it. I like to call it rainbow rib because it's kind of gay. When you replace these nails, if you put screws in there, the screws are a little bigger and they won't seal very well. It'll be better than being nailed down if the nails are coming out, but it won't seal as good if water was like sitting and stuff. So we will re-screw these, but a lot of times we're gonna recommend an option of putting new metal on here instead. But we put a brand new roof up here on their garage. So that's nice. We did give them a couple options on the shop. The nice thing with how we set up our proposals is we're gonna give you a bunch of options. So when we come out and we do an assessment, the way it works is we're actually gonna, we'll look at this roof. You can see this one's nailed on still. Super steep though, so they probably don't have to worry about it. But we're gonna give you options on everything we could do. And we're not gonna leave anything off of there. We're gonna give you options on everything. We're gonna give you bundles of like, hey, if you bundle this stuff, you can save, because we only have to come out once. Say there's a bunch of little jobs and we bundle it. Like sometimes we'll save people $2-3 grand versus doing them all separately. And then you just pick. Like you say, hey, this is our priorities, doing job 1, job 3, and job 6. And we just, okay, no problem. Here you go. We'll do those ones. Or you might say, let's do it all. Let's do the full package, and you save a bit of money that way. But that's the nice thing is like, we're not coming out and just gonna go, it's gonna be this much to do all of it. We're gonna break it down for you so you can pick and choose exactly which options that you wanna do and which ones you think, let's leave them for now. Maybe next year. So I really love that, the way that we do that for our clients is giving them options and letting them pick. And I think it just makes it so much nicer than being like, oh, all or nothing. Like, we're not gonna ever do that. We're gonna give you the options, because that way you're in control, you can choose, it's your money. You should be able to decide how to spend it and not just be dictated and slapped with something big. And of course, as usual, it's all fixed cost up front. So we're going, here's the quote, here's the scope of work, we do it, that's what you're charged. So if you want a fixed cost price on repairs, on roofing, maintenance, new building, whatever you want, I don't know where you go, I'm pointing here, maybe Sadie will put a link here. If there's no link here, you can hit up our website, you can get a hold of us through the website, you can call us 844-503-6099 and get a hold of us that way. However you need to, get a hold of us, we'll give you options, and you can decide what you want to do and how you want to spend your money. Well, that went well. We're going to be pretty much finished up here today. They're just short a couple things, but we'll get those out here and be good to go once those are out.